All right, we are live, guys. What's up? Welcome in. Sitting with Wes once again. Got the alpha for you, man. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing well. How are you, Rob?
I can't complain. Nobody listens, brother. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So we got some big stuff to talk about today. Wherever you want to lead off, brother. I will let you take the lead on it, and let's go from there.
Yeah, just wanted to touch base a little bit on the launch of the ambassador program. I'm not sure if any of you guys have been following over in Telegram or on the news channel, but they have announced that the ambassador program is live as of the first. In addition, the public Zealy for the community engagement program also went live on the first, which is pertaining more to all of you and anybody who wants to be involved in that. Um, it was interesting to finally learn a little bit more about the ambassador program. They did name me as an ambassador, so I am an official Onyx ambassador. Um,
Congratulations, buddy.
you got it, and I will be doing continue to do exclusive content on this channel. I'm a huge believer in this channel. I'm very grateful for the channel and all of you and Rob. So this is where you will find me.
You heard it
Um,
here first, guys. The only YouTube channel with JASMY Ambassador.
got it. And so yeah, one of the things that I was impressed by is upon looking at the Zealy platform, which is where all of the community engagement and ambassador program is kind of ran from, which is basically a platform that's used to engage members of either a business or an entity or a community to participate. How in depth it was and how involved it is. Upon looking at it, one of my first thoughts, like I was telling Rob, is like, damn, guys, like to the team, like you guys set yourself up for a lot of work here. It's a lot of work for the team. So, I'm grateful for them for taking listen to the community's desire for the ambassador program to come back. And I'm grateful for the amount of time that I know it's going to take them to process and review and all of this. So, as you know, there's 8 ambassadors, many of which cover different parts of the world. We do have a Turkish ambassador, we have a Russian ambassador, we have a Chinese ambassador. That does not mean we are going to get ambassadors from every region. These are the areas that were specifically sought out based on the following of Onyx and the demand coming from certain areas. So it's very task driven. So I would expect to see very, very high output and aggressive marketing from the ambassadors, being with the nature of the program. Um, as it was shared in the OIP, the ambassadors will have to complete certain tasks dedicate dictated by a third party, and upon completion, they're resulting in XP points that are tallied at the end of the month to show productivity amongst the ambassadors. The top 3 ambassadors, as the IOP stated, will be rewarded allocated bonuses.
So they incentivize you guys to work your butts off, basically.
Correct. So, and it's smart on their end because they're going to get aggressive marketing. Um, so, on the other hand of that, if your points are lacking, and this is to the discretion of the quote unquote team, we use that word here just vaguely, they can also see who's possibly falling behind or not pulling their weight, so to speak. Obviously, there are extended circumstances with life and things like that that the team would consider. But if they do see it to be a regular thing, then they are eligible for replacement by someone from the community, probably one of the top people from the community engagement program, I would guess, to take the ambassador slot. So it eliminates the possibility of complacency where somebody just wants to sit back on their heels and pass go and collect 200, and you got people that are really hungry for this stuff and get out there and want to do it. Um, so it is very involved. They have tasks spanning across all social media platforms. So we have Discord, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have Telegram, um, Twitter. So, it's going to be pretty well rounded in the approach in which they take on exposure. The gas refund, as we touched upon, is ongoing. They will be doing the rebates this weekend. I do know that I believe it was yesterday afternoon. They were already in the process of starting to sort all that out. So just know if you're waiting on it, it is in the works. It is supposed to happen this weekend. I don't have an exact time, but I would expect things to be ongoing and developing. It is a big program, so just be mindful if you don't hear of a lot of OIPs being passed within the last couple of weeks. This is probably the reason, because this program seems to have taken a lot of time in hours.
Yeah,
So I
so
just want
that's
to get on in touch with that.
so that's basically why we've seen a slowdown in the proposals. Basically, is because the team has been so busy figuring this out, right?
Correct. That's what my assumption is based on what I see, because I can appreciate going through it and just thinking about it, how much work this must be on the back end for them to take the time to review going forward, taking the time that's going to be required to review, and also to just create this environment that's going to help marketing. The community engagement program, that Public Zealy has some very basic things on there, and there's going to be more details with that that are coming out, is my understanding. So I would wait for that to evolve. The first, I believe, leg of this was the ambassador piece, because it's much more aggressive than the community tasks. But I would expect that to be coming to light soon with more detail.
So you guys, you got to support Wes. You got to support the content we're putting out there. Where the whole goal of this ambassador program, at the end of the day, is, like you just said, Wes, marketing, getting an awareness of the project and the the proposals and everything that's going on with it out to new investors, new eyeballs, right? We got to get that content out there. Make sure you're following. You're over on X, right, bud?
So I just opened it up. I'll give you more details on that. I really only do, Telegram and the YouTube followings here. But I'll be evolving now, so I'll keep you updated with all my links and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Keep me up to date on the latest and greatest. So this is awesome, man. So basically, what they're doing here is they're going to get you guys to be speaking on behalf of the project, kind of thing. When there's new information coming out, they filter it through you guys. Is that?
That hasn't been communicated explicitly. I would assume that as an ambassador, if that is the case, is the case, that we will be echoing what they're putting out onto social media platforms. I would think that we're still going to get news at the same time as the news channel, but I could be wrong. We're still learning on this. I do know that we have some fancy ambassador tags next to our name in the Telegram now, with some little added powers of banning or something, or deleting if there's bots or problematic people or scammers. But I don't know what that role is going to look like going forward with being privy to information a little bit ahead of time. I don't foresee that. But I also am one to ask a lot of questions, and I'm constantly talking to these guys. So I try to find stuff out as soon as possible. And sometimes, it's just looking at things and starting to connect my own dots. So I did ask about the Onyx Core platform, that's coming, and I was told that we would get an update. They would check on that and get an update on it. So that's actively still in the works. And once again, I will say that this is not like what V2 was, where you already had a lending protocol that just needed an update with a new market on there. This is a completely ground up undertaking here. This is going to be much more involved than what we had with the little differences between V1 and V2 and some light code swap. This is going to be much more involved, so I would expect it to still continue to take some time. I noticed that the staking has gone up, despite we had a large person unstake, like 450 million of them a while back, and that's why you saw the APR go to like 43% from the 37 where we are now. We have since, it seems, replaced all that that quantity of staked XCN with that same quantity, but distributed amongst many people and organically just through growth and promotion. So that's good to see. They still have the farming at 41%. But I'm still here. I'm still staking. I'm still researching and actively seeing where I can fit into help. And very, very encouraged and excited finally that November 1st came and we got this program. And yeah, I'll keep you in the loop, man, on anything that I find, guys, as it comes.
Nice. Yeah, as you can see, guys, staking still 37.16%.
Yep.
Looking absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. I'm still playing with the idea of creating my Coinbase wallet to get hooked up here. Like, they want my banking information, but I think there's a way around that. I think they also want like a phone bill or something like that as well. So maybe I'll just do that so that I can get to staking, because I'm missing the boat on it and it's driving me crazy, right? So
yeah, it's it's a nice way to feel like you're still progressing. And I'm that way. I feel like I always have to be progressing or building and this and that. And a lot of times you can't do that without touching or trading, and that has not worked well for me. I mean, the last swing trade was great, but I feel like it took 2 years off my life doing it, and I'd rather not do that when we're sitting at the bottom. So it's a great way without putting more of your money in to get more. And it just, every day that goes by, your DCA goes down. You don't have to do anything. Your DCA is going down, Rob, as you're sleeping. As you're working, 8-10 hour shifts, whatever it is, your DCA is getting lowered. So that's a nice feeling,
100%. So yeah, I think I might do that, because I thought about it, and I'm pretty sure that one of the other exchanges that I created an account on made me do something similar. I think I had to put a phone bill or something like that.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, I've already done it before, so like, screw it, right? Might as well just do it and bite the bullet, man.
I've been hooked up to Coinbase since 2017. I've never had an issue. So, and that was throughout all more of their growing pains and phases and stuff. So I never had, an issue with that, but whatever your comfort level is, but it's worked out very well for me. And I haven't heard anything bad from anybody else for what it's worth.
Well, she's trying to pump across against the market right now.
Like, I was going to say, little green,
amazing.
Market of red.
Yes. Somebody had said in the comment section of one of my videos, because I talk a lot about the volume in some of these projects and why they're kind of stagnant right now in terms of price action. Mm-hmm. And so I refer to volume often, excuse me. And when we spiked up there, was it about 2 weeks ago? The volume, this is the average volume that I've monitored over the last, 4 to 6 months, is around $2.5 million in volume. Yes. But when we spiked up about 2 weeks ago, we were at like 40 million in volume from 2, right?
Yep.
And it just kind of goes to the people that are saying like, well, volume doesn't really mean anything because it's buying and selling. Yes, but at the end of the day, you need volume to go up, right? And that kind of proved the point of that, and just that how quickly and how violently this project is going to start to run when the time comes. And like, that was just a little dipping the toe in the water of what the euphoric part of the bull run. I've been warning my subscribers lately over on the Patreon about being crypto drunk, I call it, right? Because when that euphoria kicks in, man, you get crypto drunk. You might think right now, oh, I know, I can handle it, man. But when things start going parabolic and euphoria kicks in, man, you start doing some dumb stuff, right?
Yeah. It's better to do nothing most of the time, because you can think that one thing's going to happen and I can look for confluence in the charts and I took this risk, but you never know when that moment actually comes, and you will not get your entry price again. I mean, maybe months or years down the line during the bear market, of course, but in terms of the bull, you're out. You're going to be chasing at some point on the way up, and good luck to you. But that was, bear in mind too, that wasn't like a 300% pump that you saw that volume come in with. We were roughly 2,000% up on volume, but we got a 30%, pump there. Volume will be explosive when we start making our parabolic moves. And, once the sell orders you can only keep sell orders you can only sell what you have. And once the sell orders thin out and they wear, there's no blockages, there's no sell walls there. It's open sky, so you can see prices violently and aggressively jump. So
And I really stand by what I said last time too about how recency bias tends to make people kind of soften their stance on how high they think that any given project can go, especially a micro cap like this, right?
right.
And so, because right now, I see people saying, well, 3 to 5 cents is the best it's going to do, and I'm just like man, like there's a lot of factors, and I went over a lot of them in the last time you and I spoke, just about how they never really watered down the supply and circulation through this bear market.
Right.
I mean, they got to, what was it, almost $4 billion market cap when they launched in the peak of the last bull run.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell would they not be able to get back there? I mean, again, if they get back to that, in terms of market cap, if they get back where they were, where would they be? Somewhere, I don't know, maybe 12 to 14 cents, something like that, because their high was like 18, 19 cents, right?
What was JASMY, Rob, at the low? They were somewhere around where we are presently, right?
At the low, it was 2027, I think.
Okay, so yeah, I'd say a little bit further up than we are, but I mean, they got, not even in the height of the bull market, they got over $1 billion cap.
Yep.
And what is that, roughly 30-40x that they went, something like that?
Oh yeah, they went up in February 500%.
Okay.
500%.
And then they went up a leg before that too, didn't they? Didn't they do like 300 or 400% before that? There was 2 legs with JASMY. I thought, I could be wrong, but the point
it was like 350%, and then another 150% throughout February. So
gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, cap size, I mean, this thing can go easy 30 to 40%, 40x. I'm sorry, 30 to 40x, and then beyond that, I mean, you're going to see astronomical gains. If you've been in a bear market from the beginning, you can see 99% of your money go down to 1%. And if you've been in a bull, you can see it go to more money than you ever imagined. So, there's pain and joy on both sides. It's extreme. It's crypto. It's the wild west of the investment landscape. And, that's why we're here.
It's crypto drunk.
Exactly. Yep. If you're looking for something, easier, softer, or less, less damaging on the nerves, there's plenty of other places. Go trade metal or go trade stocks. But this is where, if you want to feel the pain and feel the joy in an extreme way, you're in the right place.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's, like I said, I think it's going to run. I don't think that the all-time high is a stretch, because again, I've been around for a couple of bull runs now. And what I can tell you is, most projects, I would say, let's say, to be very, very conservative, 75% of projects go into blue sky territory, right? Mm-hmm. 75% roughly, which means they smash through their all-time highs and they go into price discovery mode and they start setting new all-time highs.
Right.
The only projects that don't do that are either projects that didn't develop, didn't do anything, no new partnerships, no new developments throughout a bear market, and teams sort of kind of fell apart, and the project kind of dies off, like something like Dash, for example, right?
Yep.
Or if they completely, sorry?
So Dash is a throwback. It's a name I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Or 2, they completely watered down the supply and circulation through the bear market, like Sandbox is a perfect example, or HBAR, which makes it 10 times harder to get back to its all-time high or surpass it, right? Those are 2 of the primary reasons that projects don't go into new price discovery mode. And XCN doesn't have either one of those issues. So I don't see a valid reason why it can't minimum get back to, or almost to, its last all-time high.
Yeah, and people that are looking at the total max supply, I mean, it's not something to really worry about happening anytime soon. That's going to take years for that to go. These guys don't just release stuff to release stuff. Any of the amount out of the uncirculated supply that you've seen increase in the last year and a half, was to reimburse for hacks, for the exploits that took place. They really haven't done a lot of releasing of tokens and putting them into circulation. And at 200 million a month, I mean, that would be, I believe the plan would be like 5 years that it's slated for, 75 months for that to take place and to be fully, in circulation.
That would be what? Is it 14 or 17 billion?
So we're at a little bit less than 31 now. So let's just say 31. We would have 17 billion.
Right. 17 billion tokens unlocked over the course of 5 years is a pretty good dilution rate.
Right.
Exactly. I would be more concerned if they were doing it like within the next 12 to 15 months.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. I mean, in 200 million XCN in a month is not. It's a drop in the bucket when you look at all the volume and the trading in one way or the other, and what it's not a crazy amount. I mean, it's like 7 times what I hold. It's not, and I'm only one person, so it's not anything crazy. It sounds a lot more than it is because of the number 200 million, but dollar wise, it's not a lot. Like I know certain projects like Vara, for instance, they have 5% of their token in circulation, but like 50% of it is staked and already privately owned, and they keep dumping and dumping every month. You don't have that with XCN. We're not having those issues. The funds are treated very conservatively over there. I could tell you from talking to team members that it's not just like a buffet style. Sure, we'll spend 200 million here, 200 million. It's a very conservative approach to the fund. And once again, it's all voted on. So you don't have to worry about one person's, poor judgment or feeling, zesty when releasing more tokens in the circulation. It's all voted on. And there's been plenty of OIPs too in the past that have been voted against. This isn't just, green light, green light, green light. We've seen it recently. But if you look back, I mean, these votes are real. They sometimes pass, they sometimes fail. There's talk about it. There's reasoning behind it. And so it's a really great organic process. And I don't think anybody really has to be too concerned with the circulating supply. We already have 61% in circulation anyway. So there's not a whole lot. Not a whole lot left.
So I'm more than confident. I mean, 10 cents is freaking baked in as far as I'm concerned. And that
years, bro. 10 cents. Let's get it. I'd be done working, Rob. Be it.
You and me both, man. You and me both. Yeah, it's gonna be a fantastic price action, in my opinion. And again, recency bias, tends to steer people. You see all kinds of people saying, X project can't get to this. Then another factor in that really kind of perturbs me is people say like, okay, so Cardano can't get to this market cap. Okay. Well, my first question is, we're going to set aside whether you actually understand what market cap actually means, because as you and I know, most people don't actually know what market cap is. They think it's the money sitting in a project. So we're going to put that aside and say, my first question would be, what do you think the total market cap of the entire asset class is going to be? Because if you're saying that X project can't get to this market cap, well, what are you gauging this on? Are you gauging it on the market cap of the last bull run? Are you like, where do you think? Because if we're talking about a $10 trillion market cap, let's just, say for this bull run, why can't, I don't know, 10 billion of that go into one project, flow through one project?
100%.
Why can't it? And we're only talking about a $4 or $5 billion market cap. We're not talking about 30 billion, 100 billion, 200 billion. It was already at a $4 billion market cap, right? Mm-hmm. Like when it launched. So I don't think there's any kind of unreasonable. This is not a XRP 589 kind of thing we're talking about here, right? Like.
And you're also talking about Bitcoin dominance right now is through the roof. Once the dominance goes down, that money is going to flow out. You already have obscene amounts of money into that market, and it's not done yet. Once the money flows out, it's going to go to the alts, and the alts will run, and you will see big swings like that. You will see billions of dollars enter a project in a day, 2 days, and maybe in a week it leaves it. It's going to be very fast. It's going to be volatile, and there'll be a slow I believe that the market usually gives you time at the top. Historically, you've had about a week to 2 weeks at the top of Bitcoin and other projects to kind of read the writing on the wall. But you're going to see those influxes come in, and the narratives. I believe that over a lot of the past bull cycles, we've had different narratives be the excuse or whatever that we go parabolic. You have your Web3, your AI and stuff. I believe there will be another narrative that the market just uses it as an excuse to go absolutely ballistic. The ETH spot ETF also, I had heard, had like the biggest inflow of cash in a while, since February or something like that the other day. And you had other news. The election, I believe, will definitely be a catalyst for the narrative to be pushed to get bullish on on the market. These things happen, and I believe it's going to happen. We haven't seen obviously the big push yet, but it's coming, and you will see tons of money.
Well, here's the thing with the election in the market right now is that I believe that no one is paying attention to investing right now. Everyone's eyes are on this election. Everyone's, right? For obvious reasons. The implications across the board, not just in crypto, across the board, right? Are going to be, there's going to be ramifications no matter who wins, right? So that's, I think, where a lot of people's focus is, and it's causing uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty and indecisiveness in the market right now until they get some sort of confirmation of which sitting president they're going to be dealing with.
Right.
And then I think things will start to get priced in after that. I mean, you and I have looked at the chart from 2020's election and how parabolic it went immediately afterwards. And that was a Democratic win. So
yeah, and that was not really a pro Bitcoin stance for that win either. So if the other side were to win, who is obviously pro crypto, who knows what that can look like. So yeah, I would expect things to happen pretty soon. That last monthly close that we had was pretty nice. To be able to hold that level and close on the month. So I'm very optimistic in seeing what November holds for us and the rest of the year. And I think sometime, like you said, in 2025, man, this full thing will come to fruition and we'll see our tops.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm like I said, I'm hoping by July, beginning of August, I'll be, my Onyx coin will be at 10 cents roughly. I'll be, see you later, across the board, dump everything. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. And, that's why I'm grateful for the staking, and I just can't say it enough. I mean, it has its risks associated with staking on any DApp, staking on any platform, and, you mitigate your own risks, you make your own moves. But for me, and just what I have and what I choose to do, staking my own tokens, it's a great opportunity, man, to DCA. We have that magic number in our head about where we need to be Onyx millionaires. And it's nice to know that I can sit around and take or actively get involved with other areas of my life that, demand my attention or that I want to put my attention in, and my investment's still growing despite of the price. Now, if it grows with staking and price, I win both ways. And that's some wild stuff. But even if the price does nothing, 37% gain year over year, that's beating any index fund on the stock market, so I feel really great about it.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, if they're still doing a decent APR through the bear market, I'll probably, because I likely will reaccumulate. I mean, I have to, say it with a caveat, because what I have to do is I have to monitor what the project is doing before I decide in a bear market whether I want to get back into it. If they continue down the current road that they're on, then I'll absolutely, stuff another bag and then just stake it for the next 2.5 years through the bear market and just let it accumulate, right?
Yeah, exactly. Figure out what retracement level you want to start, buying it back in at on its way down, and set it and forget it, man. But I have seen rates in the past, and I wasn't staking at that point in time, but I've seen rates go high 50s. Some people say even 60s at one point. So, once the market is on its way down and there's really no interest, at all, and at no retail interest, and people start talking about how, you know, the market's dead, Bitcoin's going down to 6,000 or whatever, and no one's in it, be a great time to scoop some up and set it and forget it and enjoy the ride.
100%, brother. All right, well, I think I got to wrap it there, my friend. I got some stuff to do. Let me know. We can do these more often now. I left the bar, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I got more time to be. I wanted more time to focus on the channel.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
it was eating so much of my time up. So
That's tough work anyway. I mean, that's stressful work for a lot of different reasons, you know, when you're running a bar.
yeah, I'm 40 years old, 43 years old too. I don't want to be punching people in the face anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I don't even have to get hit, and I'll wake up with a pulled hamstring the next day. I'm old.
I hear you, bro. I'm the same way. So yeah, yeah, I'm available, man, to any time, Rob, to come on the channel. I love being on here. I'm grateful for being on here. And just to echo it again, this is the spot where you will find me. You won't be finding me in any other channels. I'm exclusive to Crypto Future. So I am grateful for the voice and for the opportunity.
Wes has been recruited to the Crypto Future team. There you go. All right, brother. All right, man. So yes, so the next time, as soon as you get any kind of updates, just fire me a message. Maybe we'll just go live as you're getting your news, and we'll just kind of, you know, emergency stream kind of thing, right?
Sure, absolutely, man. I'll absolutely keep you in the loop anytime. You know, I always message you anyway and tell you we have our talks about what we're thinking and this and that. So we talk regularly. We'll start meeting more regularly.
Sounds good, brother.
All right. Have a great weekend, Robin. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later, buddy.